Here's assembly of the Glacier Pro ATV push bar frame. Basically, you get all this hardware with it. A couple springs, tube, the other adjusting tube, and then the lever that you adjust the angle of the plow with. We'll go through and put it together today. So the first part of the install is the lift bracket. You just actually put it in there. 2 bolts, or I should actually say nuts, go on here. And they are 15 millimeters. So 2 15 millimeter nuts. Next piece is to put the blade mount to the rest of the frame mount with the clevis pin. That's secured by a locking pin on the back. Just make sure you bend it over. So these are the 3 cotter keys we just put in. One here, one there, and one there. Next piece of the assembly is that just goes through here. Put a locking nylon nut on there. 13 millimeter. Just got to snug it up. Nothing too tight. So a quick recap of what we have done so far is we put the plow frame and the plow pivot together with clevis pins and cotter pins on the bottom. And then we also put the angle adjuster on for the blade, including the winch link and the handle. Next, we're going to put the frame attachment onto the plow. This is specific for either your Sportsman or your Ranger or etc. So before we attach the plow frame to the plow blade, one thing I wanted to point out, on your angle adjuster, right there, you can actually see that is a shear pin. That is meant to protect the plow from damage if you were to hit a curb, a sidewalk, or something stationary. Very easy to change. Just remove that spring, that one, and that pin, and you can actually take that shear bolt and flip it over to get another use out of it. I actually went online and bought a couple extras just in case. I think I paid $7 for 2 of them. So these are the UHMW plow pads that I purchased for the 52-inch Glacier Pro. These are what comes stock. These are steel. Read a lot of reviews online that these scratch your driveway for 1, 2, they wear out very quickly. So this is the UHMW plow pads that I actually bought online. I think they were like 29 bucks. Should get a lot better wear on these, and especially not tearing up the driveway. Here's my setup, the Glacier Pro 52-inch blade and the UHMW 52-inch wear bar, part number 2890652, and the 52-inch blade part number is 2879639. I also went with the KFI markers on top. So next part of the video is we're gonna take the ATV push bar frame here and then install it onto the blade. It's actually 2 easy steps. It's 1 bolt on each side, a 3/4 inch bolt, and a spacer that goes in the side of the plow. And I'll show you the easy way to do it. So the first part of the install is to actually lay the blade flat on the ground. And then take the plow assembly with the 2 bumpers and set them in the corner right there. Push this all the way up. So then we insert the bolt and the spacer into each side and tighten it with a 19mm socket and wrench. So now that we put the spacer and the 3/4 inch bolts in, we tighten them up with a 19mm socket and wrench. Do that on both sides. Once the bolts are tight on both sides, you can see the plow frame can be moved on the blade. Now let's install the springs. So next part of the install are installing the springs. So the first part of the spring goes up in the eyelet on top of the plow blade. And on the bottom, you take this bolt, this eyelet bolt, and run it through that bottom of the spring. And run through the hole. So last thing we have to do is to put the ATV plow assembly and attach it to the plow frame. Comes with 2 clevis pins, 2 nylon washers, and 2 cotter keys that hold the pins in. The big pin goes on the right-hand side of the ATV. The shorter one goes on the left. The nylon washers go in between closest to the plow assembly. So now we're going to install the frame assembly into the plow frame. We go into the back holes. So we line this up. Take our nylon washer, put that in there. Take the short clevis pin on the back side of the left-hand side. Here's a quick look at the bottom of the plow with the 2 clevis pins installed with cotter keys and the nylon washers. Long pin is on the right. Here's a final look at the assembly of the Polaris Glacier Plow kit. Took us about 1 hour and 10 minutes to put together. Thanks for watching.